this one now is countdown on Christmas Day.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, it's her favorite day, so we are counting down to Christmas Day. Maybe also counting down to our proposal. After 5 years of doing renovations for a lot of influencers and other projects, right?
And our own home previously.
Yes. So this house is an accumulation of all my experience, all the mistakes and everything that I learned and everything that I like, I have put it in this house.
We've been waiting for this day for like, I don't even know how long.
Very long. But before we take a look at how it looks like right now, let's take a look at how it looks like before. So this is a 3-bedroom condo, 1,300 square feet, and the theme is autumn. This autumn theme, right, don't exist. We just make it out ourselves. You will see why. And then it's designed by Daniel and Jess from Extrusion. So this is a completely gutted renovation, and we have a lot of new innovations and new things to show you in this house. And we put in a lot of effort in this house, so we really hope that you enjoy this tour. And we will be starting from the master bedroom instead of the front door, because this is the reason why I bought this house. I want to talk about the bed head first. It's a little bit special because during the render, when they show me this, right, I said I really like it, and then they regret showing me the render because they said this is going to be very, very tough to do. So this bed head, right, surprisingly, is done by 8 doors. Now they do carpentry also, and this whole thing, right, is machine cut. He make a bet with me. If I can find one square that is not the same size, he will pay me $100 for each square. So I have scrutinized everything. It is really all perfect alignment. And if you notice here, there is a cut. It's because there's no choice. The leaf cannot fit in. So they cut it right here. What Extrusion have done also is to create this wavy feature with a little bit of cove light. This house is made out of 90-degree floor to ceiling windows. It's really very bright and we get the morning sun. So now you probably can't see there's a cove lighting there, but at night it's a totally different room. So this house looks super different in the day and in the night.
Yes, so whenever like we are chilling and like reading our books or phones, we will on just the cove lighting so that we get a bit of light while not being like too glaring in our face. I also like how Jess and Daniel incorporated a lot of curves in this house. So it's a very aesthetic choice that they made.
This bed is the USA bed. This is the newest mattress that they have. It's called the Plush series. At first glance, it may look like a mattress with a topper, but actually it's not. The whole thing is one. Everybody that come to our house, I always ask them to lie down.
Yes, they will be like, oh my god, I don't want to dirty your bed, like you know. But we're like, no, you just lie down. The moment they lie down, they're like, where do I buy this?
Yes.
We both had Wusa mattress before. I had it for my house as well, but this is the best Wusa mattress ever, especially if you like very soft, bouncy. This is cream de la cream.
I think if you all follow my renovation journey, we had a showroom tour where we went to Wusa and tried out the bed. Immediately I was sold, and I was told that I was the first in Singapore to have it. So I really, really love this bed.
And because we have such a beautiful headboard, we actually opted for the Wusa bed frame without a headboard. And for the base, we chose a full grain leather to make it more elegant and simple.
Another special thing about this bed frame, right, is also storage. At my previous house, right, we used the adjustable one,
Yes, which you can do if you want, like, you know, some person want to sit up. But then for us, we needed a lot of more storage in this house, so we opted for a storage bed instead.
But they also now have both the option. So you can have both, but at the point of time we
bought.
Don't have lah. So inside, as you can see, is a lot of Cherylene stuff. I don't see anything that is mine.
Hey, cannot like
Totally.
that say.
Nothing, but as you can see, it can really contain a lot. And because it uses this hydraulic system, right, it really makes it very effortless to open and close.
Yes, if you want to put all your luggage, this is perfect. It's so big.
Although this whole bedroom is very focused on sleeping, right, I also have a bit of entertainment. So sometimes when I feel like watching Netflix or whatever, right, I have a projector here.
It's not sometimes, it's every night.
Oh yes, because it's very immersive, okay? And we engage Clarity, right, to help us build up this whole home entertainment system where they have built-in speakers and they also got this projector, and this projector is cinema grade one. It's a laser
Every
projector.
time we're like lying down and resting, right, it really feels like I'm in a cinema, but like gold class, but better because it's my house.
So the laser projector, right, is projected onto a very special screen. It's not just a normal screen. It is so good, right, I can play in daylight. However, of course, for optimal situation, you want to play at when it's dark lah.
Yes.
I also want to give a very special shout out to them because Vanity actually worked very closely with the contractors and the ID, right? To make sure all my things are properly hidden, all my wires
no
are hidden.
cables hanging out.
And they considered to install the console, right, somewhere else so that I can access it and not see it here. Another special thing about this room is, of course, the curtain. It's damn important to have a good curtain because we have the morning sun. It's essential to have a full blackout, right, in the morning. So this curtain is from Secret Furnishing and the curtains are made of formaldehyde-free materials.
And it can do 100% blackout to sunlight. The material is odor resistant, antibacterial, and it helps to reduce noise as well.
Because we live beside the MRT, right, and the condo construction is already very good. They use double glazed window. You don't get to hear the MRT or the planes or what, right? With this, right, it's completely silent. This is, of course, all can be controlled by smart home, and with a small touch, right, you get to open. And this is the reason why we bought this house, because of this gorgeous unblocked view. Every day when I wake up to this, right, it just makes my day.
Honestly, when we first moved in, right, even though the house wasn't done yet, because you're still renovating, right, we cried.
She cried. Yes, she cried. I never cried.
You
I never
did?
cried.
You did.
I teared a bit because it was a very difficult journey, but
Yeah. Happy tears, happy tears.
happy tears. Every day we wake up to this view, it's just beautiful. It's very beautiful. And then now we move on to the vanity area, which is still part of the master bedroom.
It's my favorite.
Yes, clearly. So right behind this door is the master bedroom, and this door is from 8 doors, and this is the Serrano pocket sliding door. We chose this lattice design and the frosted glass, right, so that when we shower, we won't be exposed lah. And if you notice, there's also no bottom track, so it's very seamless. Right to the side, right, we got this over-engineered piece of carpentry, right. This is also done by 8 doors, and this is a modular carpentry. Modular carpentry refers to the ability to have separate compartments for the whole cabinet. They install the backboard, the shelf, and the glass all at different times. So it is more efficient and fast, and it's very precise. Everything is machine cut. And then this cabinet, they call it the 3-door display cabinet. So initially I was like, 3-door? How? You got 1 here, then you got 2 here. Where's the 3rd door? The 3rd door is here.
We didn't know until 1 month of staying inside that there's this door.
Yeah, I was like, why? Why do you all do this? So they say it's because it's easier for her to take her bags out.
Yes, it's so convenient because
Yeah.
I can just like take this.
Correct. She so generously give me 1 shelf here where I can put my gifts from other people. That is Odette, which is my date cat. She have moved house with me for 4 times already. Yeah, so I still keep her. Hope she's enjoying the new house. Yeah, pretty much everything else is Cheryleen's bag. And your crazy
Oh, my
obsession.
alpacas! I wanted to display my alpacas because I love them. They're limited edition alpacas. I bought it all the way from Australia.
Alright. So Daniel and Jess is such a brilliant interior designer, right? That they thought about everything. Things that I never thought, right? For example, that they put a display cabinet here. Then I was like, wouldn't I open the door and I hit it? But they put a door stopper so that it stops exactly there. So it won't hit the display cabinet. Then moving on. This one is your area. Why don't you
This is
do
my
it?
area. Okay, so this is my favorite area of the house and it's where I spend a lot of time in, and this is the vanity area. To start off, we have the Line 8 power tray. I have this in my home as well, and it is so convenient. And then here I have just some drawers for my skincare. And now to my most favorite
Your
part.
cream lah, the cream.
Cream de la cream. I think every girl's dream is to have a place where you can put your makeup and sit down as well. So Jess actually custom made this for me.
I have to admit, right? Even I use this area a lot. I do my
Yes.
skincare here. I wax my hair here. I mean, we should have done too, but it's really one of the most ingenious dressing table I have seen.
Yes.
Yeah. So this entire vanity table is covered by the Compact Plus countertop. One distinctive thing about their countertop is very thin profile, and it's also very light.
And whenever I have like water spillage from like the tap or anything, it's very easy to wipe off. It doesn't absorb at all.
And then moving on to the his and her sink.
Yes, honestly, right?
This is a dream.
We always wanted his and hers, and whenever we went house hunting, right, a lot of the houses don't have his and hers at all because it's like a luxury.
Yeah.
So we thought ID like we want to try to squeeze in the his and hers.
Correct.
And they not just squeezed it in, they made it a whole thing.
Yeah, and it's really very beautiful. Okay, so this house, right, was originally a 3-bedroom, but because it's pretty much just 2 of us living with a helper that is always going home. She got a house in Malaysia that is bigger than ours. Then it's just 2 of us and a dog. So we had the luxury of space to knock down 3 rooms into 1 room. So initially, right, we have a full-length mirror here. But after some thoughts, right, I really feel like the view is too nice to be blocked already.
Yes.
We bought the mirror. The carpenter is here already. Then the carpenter was like, looking, you sure you want to do it? He was questioning us. I said, Yeah, I mean, I pay you to come and do it. Then he say, but sayang the view. Then I was like, actually makes sense. Then he said, never mind I don't want to do it for you. Then he just never do it for me. And I thought that that was a good decision because I really like the view. And the best thing is what Daniel and Jess have designed, right, is they make it right so that the house has a lot of space. You will imagine, right, most people will actually, if they go to install a vanity table, right, they maybe want to cut墙 to have a lot of space. But to me, right, you see, I can go behind it generously. So like, oh, my curtain, I want to steam it or clean it, open the window, or I still can do it. So I really like this luxurious, like a lot of space, just excessive space. Apart from curtains, right, we also have coconuts sputtering film. So a lot of people go ask, what is the difference between solar film and sputtering film? So solar film, right, can reject heat efficiently 30 to 50%. But sputtering, right, can reject heat up to 99%. And not only that, right, it also purifies the air via negative ions. So like when the sun comes in, right, it actually purifies the air.
I really feel the difference, honestly, because before, right, it was very hot and I was like sweating every time I come here. But after they put, right, I really felt like,
Let's be honest, it's still hot, but it's not that hot anymore.
Yes.
Yeah. I also have to be honest, I was very hesitant to do a sputtering film because I really love the view a lot, right? And I don't want any tinting of the outside light, or they told me, right, the biggest sputtering film or solar film, right, cannot fit this one. So 一定会有 joint line. However, I've been talking here, you did not notice the joint line, right? Unless I point it out to you that the joint line is right here. It didn't really affect the view that much. It's still very beautiful view. Overall, very happy with my vanity area. But I would like to move on to the wardrobe. Over here at the wardrobe area, right, this is also one of my most impressive thing in the house, right? My floor to ceiling cabinet, right, is so precise, right? It doesn't hit the light. All this is only achievable, right, via modular carpentry. And if you notice, this whole board 是一片. It is not in sections one, and it's all machine cut, so it's very precise to the mm.
I think what's more impressive about the 一片, right, is the glass. So I've never seen glass that is 一片 one.
Yeah, so the middle one is a little bit special, okay? We even have an accessory drawer where we put all our earrings. Okay, not my earrings, but your earrings and my... Actually, I only got one wallet here. Wow, everything is yours.
No, you have watches. I don't have watches. Then when I have my earrings, my sunglasses, and bracelets also.
So she have her accessories. I got like one wallet here. So what the people at Eidos have also done, right, is if you notice, my glass is frameless. And they make it so that the gap between that and the whole cabinet, right, is so thin, so small. If you notice, right, the hinges are all concealed inside. So they took that into consideration and make everything flush into there. As far as wardrobe goes, right, I think I have never seen anything more advanced than ours. And I'm very, very happy with it.
And because when we are changing, right, we need a mirror. So they actually thoughtfully included a mirror here for me to look at myself when I'm getting dressed.
Yeah, so it's a full-length mirror, which I also use it to do my hair, which is very messy. I know a lot of people always like to talk about my hair, but I'm currently in an awkward phase, so...
I think you look nice.
Give me a break, man. Yeah, so to explain more about modular carpentry, comparing to traditional carpentry, right, they will bring it here, they will saw, they will cut, then it will have a lot of dust.
And formaldehyde.
Then they will go screw it in, nail it in.
Glue.
And then next time when you move house, those are all wasted already. But because this is modular, right, let's say each of these components, okay, 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, is all different components. I can take this whole part out and then change it with something else, or I can even bring this whole cabinet to the next house as long as the height fits. So everything is all fabricated in one piece. And then the board that they use is also the Agger dual-sided board, which is a melamine board. So traditional carpentry, right, they use plywood. So they take one layer of wood, they put adhesive, they put another layer of wood, and then adhesive, and then they do that for 3 times, 5 times. Wood itself has no formaldehyde. However, the glue have, and that's why a lot of people's cabinet have a lot of formaldehyde smell. This, however, is a melamine board. The whole thing is fabricated as one, and that's why they are able to achieve the lowest in the market formaldehyde. And I promise you, there is no smell at all. Zero.
And the installation was very fast also because everything is already machine cut really. So they just ship the whole piece here and they just put it in.
Yeah, so it's super livable while this is happening. Next up, we want to talk about the master toilet. A lot of people is very curious as to why we have a transparent door. There's a very good reason, okay? I insisted on the transparent door, not because I'm a pervert, okay? But because I don't want to make the room look very small. So with a glass, it looks a lot bigger.
Honestly, this entire bedroom is like kind of like hotel style vibe.
So this door is the Post-Reno sliding door. Again, I will demonstrate to you the soft closing. May have reflection. Okay, okay. Here goes. So again, with most 8 doors, right, there is no bottom track, so it's a very seamless experience. This is an aluminium frame because toilet is typically a very humid place, right? We don't want to have a wooden door. The only wooden thing you'll be able to see is, of course, this Grey and Sanders bath table.
So if you notice, we have an onsen.
Yes.
We were very inspired by the Japanese onsen because when you went to Japan, we really liked the experience. So we were like, we want it in our house. Our ID really made it happen. And they made it so big. It's like super wide. I can lie down.
But it is obviously not onsen because we have no natural spring water. And it's also not a jacuzzi because you don't have the bubble effect. It's just a soap. And to further tag on the whole onsen vibes, right, Daniel and Jess also designed this wall, right, that looks like a cave. So it has a very cave-like texture to it. If you really close up, you'll see like little holes and makes it very natural looking. But right above it, we have this very beautiful fabric light. So this is something I have been experimenting also. I think the last house we did, Xiao Qian house, we put a skylight. However, I felt the skylight in real life, right, look a little bit artificial. So I don't really like it.
Yeah, and I prefer more warm tone because our whole house is warm tone. So if it will be skylight, it'll be blue and then there's quite cool tone.
Yeah. So this fabric light is from Silux, and throughout the whole house you will see a lot of this fabric light. This is actually made of the real cloth that diffuses the light, and it takes a lot of work to stretch out the cloth so clean without any creases. So I really like the whole mood that it sets for the bathroom. Continuing on what Daniel and Jess done, they also added some shelves to put all our shampoo. This shower set is for Regal. We chose it in gunmetal, of course. You see a lot of houses always insist on the gunmetal. Instead of the usual knobs and whatnot, right, they actually have buttons where I can press and then water will start coming out. And then it's very interesting, you will see that the temperature control, right, is actually controlled by this. When you turn right, it simultaneously gets warmer and higher pressure. And then when you go lower, it's colder and lower pressure. It feels innovative after you start using it. And I really like the whole profile because it looks very slick. And then we move on to my favorite, toilet bowl.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow, I love this toilet bowl. You have no idea, right? When each morning when we wake up, right, when it's very cold, right, when we sit on it, right, the heated seat, right, life-changing.
Yes, and Regal has it in such a sleek way. So usually the smart toilet that you see, right, they have like this jutting out panel to control all the controls, but for Regal, right, they have it like this.
So when you click on a button, right, the bidet come out and shoot your ass. And the water is warm one. And you can set whether you want warm, you want cold. It's just a perfect toilet experience. Another thing, right, is at night when they sense you around in the area, right, the toilet bowl will light up. So
And you forget to flush, you just walk away.
Yeah.
It will just flush for you.
I never forget to flush because of this lah. So both my toilet, all the fittings, right, even the toilet roll holder lah, the taps and everything is all from Regal. Now we are officially done with the entire master bedroom and we will move on to the next area. Okay, over here at the common toilet, right, wow, this common toilet have a lot of stories. Why? It's because I have overspent the budget here because of the travertine tiles that I went to many tile shops to find. Because travertine is a natural stone, every travertine looks very different. So to find the perfect shape, perfect pattern, right, I had to went to a lot of tile shops before I finalized my choice. And then when we wrap up this entire common toilet, I realized it's too expensive already, so I never do it for my master toilet. All the fittings again is all from Regal. So for the countertop, we opted for Compact Plus, and this time it's not the slim profile one. Instead, it's like a wrap, and this whole thing is made in Italy. It's non-porous, so that it's very easy to clean, and it's also water resistant. And then next up is the Vanity sand. So the sand that I'm using here is Days on Earth, which is basically a citrus type of smell. So under the insistence of my producer, I'm supposed to describe how this smells. It says citrus, but it feels like citrus with notes of, to me, vanilla. To Avery, she say it's floral. So, okay, either way, everything that we say smells pleasant. So you go check it out yourself. I mean, And then of course the toilet bowl is the exact same configuration. It's the auto sensor, auto flushing, and then all the bidet is built in. And then if you notice, right, the wall also have the cave-like elements to make it look very natural. So there are 3 different buttons here to control 3 different settings. One is the handheld shower, another one is the rain shower, and another one is a spa. It has temperature control and pressure control. It's actually more advanced than my bathroom. My bathroom is like natural elements, but this one feels a little bit more modern and tech. And then there's a little cove area here where we put our shampoo and soap. And that's about it for my common toilet. We'll move on to the next area. So outside we got the Valto art door by 8 doors. So as you can see, right, the color scheme is the same because they have covered the door in a plaster where they can paint it any color they want. As you can see, this whole corner is all flush with the 8 doors. You don't see the hinges. The hinges are all hidden inside. Only yesterday, I found out, right, that this space actually can change color. They don't have any keyholes because it's all concealed here, and the spare key is also here.
Honestly, every time Ryan locks himself in the room, right, because he's bathing, right, I will just sneakily use the key to open.
But I mean, I locked the door for a reason lah. So you know,
but you lock the door to the bedroom plus wardrobe plus toilet.
Correct. Okay, so then we move on to the cream area. A quick shout out to the floor, right? This is actually engineered wood flooring by Surface Emporium. I first experienced this in Bird and Lulu house, and I really like the effect, so I got it for myself also. Yeah. And we got this small column of space, right, where there's a natural light, and then we put the tree right there. We also bought this art not because it means anything. This one just looks closest to the render. Yeah. Feel free to give us suggestion what we can put here.
For now, we haven't found art that speaks to us yet.
I really like it. It's just that it doesn't mean anything to me. It's just nice. It's just nice. Right above the painting, we have the Daikin aircon. This is from Let's Cool. They have installed it for us, and they chose this matte white series for us because it blends in very well with the house. Not gonna lie, aircon typically quite ugly. So when it comes to aircon, I always feel like, okay lah, Daikin is really one of the best.
Correct, and you have to understand that because our house is floor to ceiling windows, so it can get a bit hot. So we really need a very powerful aircon that won't break down. And I think Daikin has been around the market for very long, so they are the most reliable brand. So we are like, okay, Daikin's the way.
And Let's Cool, the service is so good because when they come and recce here, right, we plotted the places that they think the aircon will be efficient for the house. It's so well, right, that Dira always say the house damn cold.
Yeah.
She always complain, sejuk.
Yeah, we always ask her sit on the sofa. She's like, no, very cold, very cold.
Yeah, she's very cold.
And I love the matte white. I think it makes it look very aesthetic. Aesthetic that aircon can be lah.
As aesthetic as it can be really lah. So right above the aircon, we got a Silux ceiling. Just now I call it Silux. I made a mistake. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. But this is the same fabric light. Okay, it diffuses light very softly. It brightens up the whole house. Actually, to be very honest, at night, right, we on this light, it's already bright enough already. Yes. The rest of the other light is more for mood.
We like to watch a lot of AD videos, and a lot of them have like wooden beams in their house, but their ceiling is so high. So initially we wanted wooden beams too, but our ceiling is not that high. So instead we opted for just this accent with wooden beams.
But it's actually just a laminate. It's not a real beam. So this is what we do with this small walkway. Then moving on to my favorite part of the house, okay?
Yes.
Originally, this is a room by itself. However, we knocked it down to make it into a very huge living room. And we bought this sofa before we even buy the house.
We knew that whatever house we moved into had to have a king living sofa. So we actually sat down for 3 hours at the showroom with Edmund.
They might be thinking like, are these people going to ever buy? But we eventually did buy, and I just have to emphasize that this is not sponsored.
Yeah, we bought our own money.
The whole experience has been very good. They are very precise about what we want. However, the wait time could be very long.
Yes.
So you have to buy it early. I think the wait time was almost 6 months.
6 months.
Almost 6 months for the sofa to arrive. Yeah. Previously, I speak against fabric sofa because of pets, fur lah, dust lah. But their fabric is very premium. It doesn't trap anything, and it's very easy to clean. There was one time our doggo, she pee here. Maki pee here. But after we steam it, there's no traces of it. Then now I see all the video couple staring at that and they say they will avoid. But it's clean. I promise you, it's clean. So this whole thing is modular, and the most special thing about this sofa, right, I love, right, is this wood accents. So all this is also very useful. You can put all your accessories, and not only that, this whole thing, right, actually can be removed to put pillow.
Yes.
To put a hardback casing. And then it also has very generous amount of storage.
We are very obsessed with like underneath storage, like underneath our furniture.
Yeah.
So this is great.
Alright.
And here we have a pet step. I bought it from Japan, and this took so long to ship out, but Manto loves it.
Yeah. But enough about the sofa. We want to talk about this coffee table. So this coffee table is from Eloise, and the exterior is all travertine, but inside is wood. So it does not cost that much, and it's not that ridiculously heavy.
And I also read in some like interior design books that having a shorter coffee table actually makes your living space look more elegant and grand.
Yes.
So that's why our coffee table is a lot shorter than our sofa.
Yeah.
And I just love the texture of this.
Yeah.
Every time I like do unboxing, I will use this table.
Correct. Okay, then on top of my coffee table, we got this very special switch. This rotary controls some parts of our house, like lights and curtain. And then we got ourselves two. One is the crystal one. Okay,
Yes, this is Swarovski crystal, so this is for me.
Yes.
And then we have another one that is like a watch.
yeah, tourbillon.
Yes.
So the one is for me. Okay, I will demonstrate to you more later.
And on top of our Eloise table, we have this terrarium. So I got this terrarium for Ryan for his birthday. We went to like a terrarium workshop, and we actually made this terrarium ourselves.
We made it ourselves for 10 minutes. Then we asked the instructor to finish the rest because it is incredibly hard to do.
Yes, we thought it was very easy, but then once we got down to doing it, we were like,
It's really quite
"Wow,
hard."
You need some architectural knowledge, I think.
Yeah, you legit need to
For like the
yeah.
depth and everything. Yeah, and in front of that we have of course our Reve scent. So this is the English pear and freesia, and I love it. It smells very like spring and florally.
Yeah.
It really helps to make the entire living space very nice. And if you notice why my hair is flying about, it's because of our very powerful fan. This is by Spin Fans.
Correct. So we purposely customize it to look like a very expensive fan. You know what I'm talking about, okay? And then it really costs like 1/5 of the price, okay? They also have a lot of different design aesthetics, okay? Different material. They even have an app to control. However, going to be honest, I don't really use the app. Don't need It's just on and off. They also got give a remote if you want. But I really like how their fan look because it looks expensive, but it's not. I think they have the aesthetic and the price point just nice. So all this space here, is for one purpose and one purpose only, to watch TV. So this is the LG G4 TV. It's 77 inch. Why is it good? I honestly also don't know. I tell you, it's because I just went to the showroom, I see, the color very sharp, the contrast very black, and it just feels nice and it feels sleek. Then I just buy it.
I want to say that he was so excited about this TV that we bought it way before we renovated. And after that, when it's time to even put the TV in, we realized the price dropped so much because there was so much time delay.
Correct, yeah. Because Edmund also bought this same TV,
Yes.
He bought it at least $2,000 cheaper than me.
Yeah, so I would recommend to anyone, if you want to buy electronics, leave it to the last.
Yeah.
Because the price always drops because something new is coming out.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then right below it is a soundbar from DVLA. I bought it because of the aesthetics, and I think it's surprisingly very good. The most interesting part about this whole TV feature wall, is that it's really a plain wall and you don't see the wires coming out anywhere because all the wires is connected through the wall, through the ceiling, all the way to a console area there where I can connect all my PlayStation and Nintendo Switch and whatnot. All the things are all going to be there.
Initially, we wanted a TV console table and we actually argued with our ID about it. And then Daniel and Jess were very insistent on not having a console table. They were like, trust me bro, this is so much nicer. And then after that, when they did it, we were like, we get it now.
Yeah,
because
we get it now.
without having a console table, our entire living area looks a lot more spacious.
Yes.
Trust your ID.
Correct, trust your ID. Another thing I also was doubting our ID, was the little fold at our...
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, why you want to make it like a little fold there? So they actually took inspiration from page turning.
Oh, like a paper flipping.
So we can see it's the new chapter of our life, new page of our life.
Wow.
Hey.
So deep, I didn't know about that.
Yes.
So this entire wall is painted by Raffles Paint, and they actually did my house, and I love them so much because they have no harmful chemicals and also free from formaldehyde. And what I love most about Raffles Paint is actually their service.
Yeah.
So the painter that came, he was really so attentive to every single detail. Like every single speck, on the floor, if he drip, he will clean it for us. Even things that is not paint, he will still clean it for us. And I tell you, it's like perfect. There is not a single flaw I see in this paint job at all.
And they did it, honestly, very fast.
Yes.
Really very fast. For entire house, I think it was almost 2 days only.
Correct. And honestly, our entire house is painted by Raffles Paint.
Yeah.
So all the white that you see is by Raffles Paint.
Yeah. Okay, right now at the dining area, right, we have quite a simple dining table. This dining table is actually from Gray and Sanders, and we went to literally all their shows, look at every of their table. Then when they show us this table, we say this is the one. So it looks like a top-down drone shot, right, of a
Grand Canyon.
yeah, the epoxy is all at the right places. The whole thing looks like it is seamless to the floor. So the table legs is what they call waterfall. And then right, I want to put a power track right below it because I want to have like steamboat and all that.
I was trying to say Ryan really babies this table a lot. Every time when I eat, right, then I put like my cold drink, there's water, right, he will like immediately go and wipe.
Yeah.
And then if I just make a little scratch, right, wow, he very, very angry. So back then, Gray and Sanders came and they really buffed the whole table for us.
Yeah. So for the dining chair, we went to Sun and Bear to buy it. Initially, we wanted to buy it from Taobao. However, you buy things from Taobao, sometimes you don't get what you want. So we went to Sun and Bear and then we tested it and then we bought it from them. So on the table, we got some very interesting things. The easiest one to say will be the very scent,
This one is the Shangri-La one.
which is bergamot, vanilla, and tea. I got this very intricate device, which is the same one as Cherylene. Cherylene one is made from crystal. Mine is tourbillon. So it looks like the insides of a mechanical watch. I have mine to control the curtain. So if I turn it, I can close, I can open it completely. It also has a nice weight to it, so it feels expensive, okay? And it's a conversation piece. So you can get this from Morgan Singapore. They do smart home, and a lot of their smart home is done differently with other smart home. For example, right, the switches that we have on the walls, right, we allow for scene setting. Typically, switches on the house, right, when it's smart home, right, they can activate lights or curtains and stuff. But this one, we can straight up activate an entire scene. And of course, the entire house being a 90-degree glass container, right, we of course have the same type of curtains here, the day and night. And then right here, we have the moonlight fan from Mistral. So this moonlight fan have moonlight. Okay, it has moonlight and it also has an aroma diffuser. I like this one, right, is because when you on it, right, it will slowly tilt down. It will go into the position like this. You can swing left and right and tilt up and down. So I really like it. So instead of a pendant light, right, for the dining area, right, we opted for the downlights from Sol Luminaire. I think with every video, I always insist to have Sol Luminaire. Right?
Yeah, we knew that when you want to do renovation, it would be so luminaire.
Yeah, and I know a lot of you have been saying that Sol Looms light are very expensive. It is more expensive than the average light. However, it's all worth the money, right? Because they put a lot of research and development into their lights, right? So that it best suits Singapore, like power lah, all the voltage lah. All these are very complicated things that simply buying from China just don't cut it. It's the product that all of my friends, right, when they use, right, they really feel like it was money well spent. So now, we'll move on to my console area. Okay, this is the part, right?
This is Ryan's area.
Wow, this is the part. Okay.
This is Ryan's baby.
I tell you, this had so much planning involved, okay? So just now when you see my living room's TV or the speaker, right, all the power and HDMI is connected here. And basically, right, I put all my gadgets and devices here. Everything is run through the ceiling and put to here. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, what if your cable spoil? What happens? We have bought 8 cables when the TV can only fit 4. So we got cater for emergencies or if anything break down. And not only that, each of the cable we bought, right, is 8K ready. And at first I was very unsure about it because what if the devices cannot sense my controller and all that. But very fortunately, right, a lot of devices are now controlled by Wi-Fi and Bluetooth instead of infrared. So you don't need line of sight to play the devices. And then here I even got one corner called charging corner because last time like we charging a bit here, we charging the iPad there, we charging mafan.
And I think he did a really good job because everything connects and it works, and that's the main point.
Yes. And of course inside we have plenty of line 8 tracks. This time round, right, they actually tell me that they have a lot of different variations of adapters. You want smart switch one that you can control with the app, or you want the one with the light, the one without light. I have all sorts of combination here. I wanted to make it right so that I can put any type of device here. And this whole cabinet is again done by 8 doors. So the doors are powered by Excel hardware's hinges to give you your soft closing. Other than that, everything here is kind of like my mini storeroom. I like put my tripod and lights here. To hide this mess, we close the door and it feels like the house no clutter. I love it. Okay, then of course
now let's move on to the creme de la creme, PSD resistant.
This one is truly our creme la de creme. When I did my house, right, I told Daniel and Jess, right, there's only one request that I have. I want a tree in the house. So obviously we cannot plant a real tree because a real tree means the roots will come out. Then my downstairs neighbor will suddenly have roots coming out. I don't think they'll be too happy with that. Fun fact, downstairs the house is actually renovated by Maito's company.
Oh.
Yeah, so during the renovation, right, when we drew, right, we actually damaged their thing. So I just talk it out with him and we are cool about that. But anyway, this tree is actually from Soy Boy. When we did our 3D render, right, we used a placeholder tree. But the tree looks so nice. We want the exact same tree and they go customize this tree for us. From far, it really looks very real. When we take photos of what, right, it just sets a very nice autumny vibe. And that's why the house is autumn.
Autumn is our favorite season, and I think like having this, right, makes me feel like I'm in Japan or some overseas country when I come home. So I really like it. And a lot of our friends really use this as a photo spot.
Is it a dust magnet? Maybe, I don't know. But it outweighs all the cons that it have. I learned this recently, okay? Because recently, our helper went back to Indonesia for a month. During times that when she's not around, right, I will try to help with the housework. And I realized, right, everything will have dust. But I take a lot of pride to clean it. Back then, I thought I was going to be homeless. Now I got actually a house to clean. So what? There's a little bit of dust. Clean it lah. Don't worry so much about the dust. So right above this gorgeous tree, we have the fabric light from Silux Ceiling. It really brightens up the whole house. All the fabric light, we just turn it on, right? It's very bright already. As you can tell from this is a very difficult shape to make, but they still managed to make it very beautifully. Everything in the house looks very soft.
Because our house is floor to ceiling, right? So whenever we drive home, we can recognize our house just based on the light alone because it's so bright and so striking. It really helps to accent our entire house and the tree especially.
Moving on to our study area, this is the second most used place for us, okay? Initially, I asked her, she want to be left side or right side. Then she said she want right. After the tree plug in, she said she want left, but we already set up everything. So
because I want the tree.
She don't want this side because it's nearer to the window, then later the sun will damage her skin. So I said, okay, I don't care, I see here. Then I got the tree. So this is the Magnus table from Secret Lab. I want to give a special shout out to the table. I think Secret Lab is mostly known for the chair, right? But their table is really another kind of a beast, I tell you. First is the stand-up controls, right? It's flush in. It's not something that's jugging out so you won't hit it. Then number two, right? The wire management. So they hide everything behind. All my devices and the computer, right, is powered by one single power supply on the table. So it makes the whole wire management very neat. And then of course I got some accessories like the table riser. So maybe a bit of a desk tour lah, okay? Maybe I will do a more in-depth video, right? If you all want to know what's on my table lah. I got a gift from Ben and Nigel. Grand Budapest is what I like. And in Pop Mart, I also like Duck Cool. So they bought me a Grand Budapest Duck Cool. Then this one is what Cherylene bought for me.
Yeah, he don't use it, he just use it as decoration now.
Yeah, honestly, it's a very good camera, but I don't know how to use it. Then this is from Jean. She says she saw my render and she thinks that this suits the house. I got this Devo. A lot of people always ask me, what is this? So this actually displays whatever you want. So it displays how many subscribers we have. Maybe there's a countdown. Like this one now is countdown on Christmas Day.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, it's her favorite day, so we are counting down to Christmas Day. Maybe also counting down to our proposal. No, not yet. Don't get so excited. Okay, I was saying my table is quite
and
simple.
our Aftershock PC.
Oh yes.
This is the Zen from Aftershock. It matches our house to a T. I feel like it was made for our house, but it's not.
And if you notice, right, this Secret Lab Magnus table allows me to suspend the computer off the ground. It basically have this floating effect, which I super love. Then we move on to Cherylene table. Why don't you give your table a tour?
Wait, let me on it. Because yours got wallpaper, mine no wallpaper.
Okay, sorry. We'll take an intermission.
So moving on to my desk, it's a lot more different vibe than Ryan's because mine is a lot more minimalist and girly. First, I have my pop mat. This is the warm series. This is very pretty. And then I match it with like some neutral keycaps and everything is white basically. And I don't have an autumn tree. So Ryan bought for me this little light that has kind of an autumn vibe, I think.
So the light here, right, is actually shining behind the wall. What Daniel and Jess felt that it was a bit too plain, so they make it more interesting by introducing some texture to it. This is actually a spray-on wallpaper by Wallhub. It completely transformed this space, so I really love it. And then I want to talk about one of my favorite areas in the house is this empty space. Why this empty space is nice, right? It's because when you come in from the door, you stand here, right? You look at this gorgeous view, we can see all the way to MBS, we can see the East Coast Mark Sea. Wow, it's gorgeous.
And when we first moved in, because like, you know, it's been such a journey, right? The first thing we saw was a rainbow.
Oh, yes. I saw the rainbow. Oh, it really made me felt like all the shit that have happened to me or whatever thing, right, is over. 雨过天晴 I call it. It makes you feel very grateful.
Yeah, I think that's why a cozy home is very important.
Yes. But enough about us. I would like to show you the next area, which is my bomb shelter. We actually have a small storage here where we display like frequently used things. This is such a useful space. And not only that, baby, hold my dog. Okay, so because we just moved in not long ago, we still haven't fully modified the house, but we're gonna put like some hangers or hooks, right, to put our mops, brooms, and things like that to fully utilize this space. I don't know if you know, but there are 8 hinges here because 8 is what? And again, this is done by 8 doors. So I'm also gonna show you what's inside my bomb shelter. But if you blink, you miss it. It's very fast. Okay, it's like that, but it's very messy. So I'm gonna close it, and we are done with the bomb shelter, and we'll be moving on to the kitchen. Okay, now onto the kitchen, right? Initially, I wanted an open kitchen, but it can't be done because this wall cannot be knocked down. So we changed the entire configuration of the living room because of this. But I want to bring your attention to this carpentry again by 8 doors. The gap between the ceiling and the carpentry, right, is very, very minimal because of modular carpentry and very precise machine cutting. And if you notice, right, there's a curve so that there's no sharp edges and it's safer for us, right? Below it, right, is also the similar carpentry. It's made to look like it's floating, so it's easier to clean. So not only there is a storage, it also conceals all the wiring, all the piping, right, out of sight. They also account space to do this LED recessed lighting, so it's all very nicely lit, and as bright as the house is, right, the light cannot reach here. Yeah, so we have LED strips to brighten up this place.
And the way they do it is very clean as well.
Moving on to talk about the backsplash and the countertop, is all again compact plus. This is the same as our master bathroom. And this is actually travertine inspired. But travertine is a natural stone and it's porous, which means that if I were to use real travertine, right, all my condiments, zap, oil, all will get trapped inside the holes. However, this is non-porous, so it's very easy to clean and it's of course water resistant. The best thing I love about this countertop is it's freaking durable. You can really step on it, you can abuse it, right? Nothing will happen, but yet it's so slim. Then I'm very excited to show you this new sink and sink mixer from Regal. First thing first, this step, right, is sensor. So you can... Yeah, why is it useful, right? It's sometimes when you cook or when you eat, your hands are dirty, right?
Or when your hands are holding like your utensils and the pots and then you have no hands, but you want to wash, you just go here.
Yeah. And then I think by now you have seen a lot of taps with the part where you can pull out to clean the rest of the sink. This one also has, but the difference is you won't be able to see it here because it's concealed inside. See? Then you can change it to the spray or the flow. So it's very convenient to clean everything. I really love this one. It looks very sleek and it's in gunmetal finish.
A lot of our friends don't know that there's this pull-out feature until we tell them. Then they're like, oh!
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yes. So this sink is in a honeycomb pattern and it's in graphite material. And it looks very sleek. It's in gunmetal and it makes it very easy to clean because nothing gets stuck inside because of its pattern. Everything just slide off, slide off, slide off. Okay, now I'm going to open this cabinet and inside, right, we got Excel's hardware pull-down dish rack. This is the world's first stainless steel matte black. Not the matte black steel series, it's different. A little bit about Excel, right? They have been in this industry for a very, very long time. And they told me a fun fact. They say there are 5,000 registered IDs in Singapore. They zone it down all the way to 300 over preferred partners that they work with. And if you work with these 300 selected partners, right, you get a lifetime warranty. And to be the preferred partner, right, you have to go through a lot of stringent checks. Okay, so right beneath it is just storage. And then let Cherylene tell you about these 2 ovens.
Yes, these 2 ovens are very special because it is rose gold finish and it's by Butterzoni. So this is my steam microwave oven and this is a normal convection oven, and I think that it just suits our house so much. I don't know if it's actually like that different from other ovens, but it's pretty. That's why I got it. It makes me want to bake more.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you haven't baked anything.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah. So all this again is all storage. You have more storage here. We do have some empty storage that we haven't even fully utilized. Then right below this storage, right, we got this fridge. But this fridge I have been eyeing for very long, right? Because this is the knock-knock fridge. Okay, so this fridge is from LG, and when you tap it, right, you get to see what's inside without opening it. Fun fact, if you don't know, right, every time you open the fish and close the fish, right, the fish have to regulate the temperature to the desired temperature. It will 吃电. So now we can just see like, do I need to restock my milk lah by just tapping. On the right side, we got the standard fish. On the left side, we got all the frozen food, ice maker, and I like how it has very deep space inside. 我不怕 show 你，我的 fish, right, 就是很多水. Shout out to this oat milk. Cherylene introduced to me and I freaking love it. I'm addicted to this oat milk.
It's a local brand also.
Yeah, I'm very addicted to the oat milk. Then moving on to the cooking area. Cherylene has started to cook right when we got this hob. Wow, I tell you, she really love it. Let me tell you why it's so good. My previous house, right, I get the standard induction cooker, the slim hood one.
And he always complain because he always hit his head.
Every time I cook like Maggi meal, right, I look down, right, I will bump my head. Then I came across this at John's office. So I got it for myself and I love it. So you can control the exhaust speed here. You even have lights here. And we got this induction cooker also from John's office. This is from Fujio and I got it from Lucky Kun. So Lucky Kun got a large range of kitchen appliances, toilet appliances, and everything like it's pretty much a one-stop place. But this Fujio induction cooker, right, I specifically wanted this. Why? Because, let me show you, I got an obsession with clay pots. Because I think everything that is going to cook with clay pot is going to taste nice and the heat will be retained longer. Typically, clay pots don't have an induction plate, but this is the best of both worlds. It also has conduction, which means whatever I put on top of it, right, it can heat up.
He bought 4 huge clay pots, which I don't understand why one small family needs so many clay pots. But I also want to shout out about one thing. So above our induction cooker, we actually have a pot filler. So we were watching a lot of like AD and
I think it's Cara Delevingne.
Cara Delevingne's house, and she had this pot filler. I think it's very popular in like Western countries, but this is amazing. So we can be cooking and then maybe our Maggi mee, we need more water. We can just simply on and then fill out our pot without having to like carry it to the sink, and it's amazing. Yes.
But if I want to cook Maggi mee or that, I directly use the hot water for my Wells dispenser. I use the hot water there, I heat it up there. Okay, they actually have temperature for tea, coffee. There's even baby milk, which is 50 degrees. So there's a lot of options here. For all the projects that I've been doing, right, every time they use wells, right, I always cannot tahan how pretty it looks. There is a small con, okay? Below it, they need to put the water tank lah. But otherwise, right, on the surface, right, it looks super aesthetic. And obviously, we chose it in this color to match the oven, to match the rest of the house.
Yeah, I think you don't have a lot of counter space, then wells is the best option because it really takes up so little space. We can put a lot more appliances without having a bulky water dispenser.
Yeah.
And beside it is actually my favorite appliance. This is my air fryer from Mayer, and this is very, very heavily used. So I bought this purely because of this glass basket. So for this, right, you can see whether it's cooking or whether it's burnt. So it's very, very amazing. And they also have like different settings for like fries, shrimp, chicken, everything. So it's great.
Then right beside it, right, we got the Mayer rice cooker. We bought this, right, purely because they actually can cook the rice with less sugar. It takes the sugar out of the rice and you still can get to enjoy your rice without the sugar.
And then above it, we have a little display area for all of our cups.
An assortment of unnecessary cups and glasses.
I have an obsession with cups.
And tumblers.
And tumblers. So this cup is very special to me. So this one, we actually bought it in Japan.
Yes.
And this is Ryan's favorite character from Spirited Away.
Yeah, but the color looks already. But never mind, it's a good memory. I really love the cup also. This is the only place with open shelving. This is where we put our cups. Then, of course, all these are even more storage. This is a storage of storage because these are all containers.
Because all our friends love Dira's Indomie, so they always want to tap out Indomie back home.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of these containers to help them tap out.
I really have to say her Indomie is really quite outstanding.
Yeah.
So we have posted the recipe on the IG reel. If you want, you follow my IG, you will see the recipe. Her recipe is there. And of course, if you observe all the projects that I did, I always insist a light 8 track in the kitchen because now you got all these appliances, right? You can shift wherever you want. They also have lifetime warranty, so you'll be sure that if anything happens to it, right, they are able to fix it for you. And everything is produced locally, so it's very fast.
And one of my favorite part of the kitchen is actually our condiments rack. So this is a pull-out condiment rack and we use to put all our seasoning and sauces as well. It's cool because you can actually like customize the height that you want.
And this is of course from Excel Hardware. And of course with Excel Hardware, everything is soft closing. Wow! And then of course this is all more storage. All the storage is very sufficiently made in this house. So right beside the cabinet, we got the Velto glass door from 8 Door. I opted for the reeded glass. Again, I think I mentioned many times, reeded glass allows light to go in but still maintain your privacy. Because behind this door is the service yard and Dira's room. Like I say, right, the glass right can be different material. We got the frosted glass, we got the reeded glass, we also got clear glass. That is a great demonstration for all the materials that they can work with. This is also aluminium profile, which means that it won't rot, there's no termite attack, it will work also. I implore you, next time your house, right, don't go for the traditional wooden door. Because when the rot comes or the termite comes, it's going to be much more expensive. Go for the aluminium door. And it looks more modern. No hinges, nothing jugging out. It looks a lot slicker.
Yeah. If you want to see more of what it does can do, you can go to their new showroom where they display a lot of their different finishings. So they really have a lot of choices for you.
Also, fun fact, the 老板 very handsome. So go take a look.
So here we are in Dira's room plus service yard, and let's start off with this gorgeous washer dryer. So this is from LG and it's the LG wash tower. And what I love about it, apart from the aesthetics, is that it is very functional. There's a lot of modes, and it also has like built-in AI. So if you don't know what mode to use, they can actually recommend the best washing mode for your fabric. Other washing machines, right, sometimes they will destroy your fabric, like it will come out like the color stain or the color run or anything. But for this, it really helps to protect. So I really love it, and all our friends that come here, they always look at our washer dryer and say that they want to buy it. So this is actually their smaller, more compact model, but if you all have more laundry, they actually have a bigger size as well. And the thing I love the most about this LG wash tower is that it's very quiet and it doesn't vibrate like those washing machines where you're like do 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 do. And encasing this LG wash tower is actually this modular carpentry from 8 Doors. So you might be thinking, what if next time I want to like change out my washer dryer and doesn't fit the dimensions? So that's the wonderful thing about modular carpentry, because you can actually remove the entire carpentry and just swap it out for a bigger dimension if you want to. All of these, right, is actually storage where we put a lot of our laundry detergents and everything. And beside it, we actually have this white oak flat panel from Voila. So this one is their flat white oak series, but they also have a concave version which is present in our ceiling. And when Dira first saw this, she was like, wow, why made my room so nice? I love it so much. So what's interesting about this concave feature is that it is very easy to clean and also looks very pretty as well. So you can choose depending on what option you like. Voila has a lot of varieties that you can choose from, and finishes, colors, everything. So right above me, we also have my favorite automated laundry system from Steigen. So Steigen actually comes with a little switch here. So they have the light feature. So right now it's on with the warm light, but they also have white light if you want. And it has this adjustable height feature, which is great for short people like me. And what I love about this is that it has 5 poles, and you also have these little clip-ons for socks. And if you want more laundry, you can actually pull it out. So it's extendable. And it also has this solar drying feature where you can really dry your clothes very fast. Now that we're done with the service yard, let's move on to Dira's room. So Dira and I are very close. She's like the mother in this house. I love her so much, and she likes to go out a lot, especially spend time with her husband and everything. So she takes time to get ready. So I really wanted to give her a little makeup area where she can feel like a princess and she can doll herself up. So right here we have the makeup table, which is done by the modular carpentry from 8 Doors. So we have a little drawer where she can put all of her makeup items. She also has this mirror where if you open it, there's even more storage for her skincare, her hair dryer and everything. And to brighten up the place even more, 8 Doors actually added this recessed LED light, and it looks very romantic and pretty. So we also have the Line 8 power track, so she can do her hair dryer and everything. Right beside the makeup table is her wardrobe. So I asked her like how she wants her wardrobe to be laid out, and she actually chose this layout where she has a lot more storage to fold all her clothes with some hangers as well. And she was very excited to design her wardrobe, so I'm very happy for her. And she says that this is one of her favorite areas. But let's move on to her bedroom. So her bedroom is behind this door. It's very cozy. So she has this Wusa bed, also the plush series, because we want her to have the best. And she also has a TV. So whenever she she's tired from like cleaning the house or cooking, she will lie down here and watch Netflix, and she says that she loves this so much. And the modular carpentry by 8 Doors lets you really customize how you want a carpentry to be. So for her, we wanted to really maximize the space, so we added a lot of storage underneath, and we have more modular carpentry on top of the headboard. So 8 Doors actually created this little display area with recessed lighting where she can display all of her favorite things, and she loves Hello Kitty, so she actually displayed all of her Hello Kitty items here. We actually bought her this little pot. We bought it with the intention that she can cook her stuff and then like eat from the pot, but she loved it so much that she couldn't bear to use it, so she actually displayed all of her little pots. We also have an aircon for her, so this aircon is the same as what we use for the entire house. So fun fact, my second dog Maki loves to sleep with her, so when Maki is sleeping with her, right, she can sleep like all the way. I think it has to do with the fact that the aircon is very strong and she just feels so cozy, and also it's like fully blackout here, so she really has a very good sleep. So now we're done with her room, let's move on to the entrance.
So out of the service and the kitchen, we are back at the entrance area. This is actually where you enter the house, and you can see that there's a very nice curve to transit into the house. And then we put a little corner here where Soy Boy did a flower arrangement. They specifically did this arrangement to suit the whole autumn vibe.
We just gave them our rendering and how the house looked like, and they just came and did their thing. And when it was done, we were like,
beautiful. So shout out to Soy Boy, shout out to Jess and Daniel for doing such a great job. And right here we got a Morgan smart switch. This switch is champagne gold in color, and the engravings on it, right, is customizable one. I put like Lumos and I put Nox because that's what Harry Potter say when they want the lights on and lights off. I also got do one Baba Room. It's a wordplay of Baba Boom. When I press that button, right, it means the entire house, every single light will turn on at maximum 100%. So it's like boom. Yeah, but obviously a lot of people scared to press this. They thought the house was self-destruct or what. So I think it's quite cute because we can do whatever engraving we want. Which she have a little complaint. I put all this fancy name, right? She don't know what it on.
yeah, because he settled this whole smart home thing and I was at work, right? Then he just chose all these random names, and then when I come, I'm like, Bibi, what is this? But one thing I do like about Morgan is that there's this scene setting, so you can actually choose like different presets. We have movie mode, we have like home mode, where all the ambience is just set.
Typically, right, this type of smart switches, right, only controls certain light. This one you can actually control an entire scene. And if you notice, right, the switches have lights on it. The backlight, right, can also set at different brightness, and it can even sense, right, if you're near it, they will just light up. So at night, right, when it's very dark or what, right, it's actually very useful.
And also they can preset for you, for example, at certain timing when you wake up, the lights will be on, but then when you go to sleep at a certain timing, they will just off.
So right on the other side of the entrance, we got this slit here, right, to let light pass through, but yet keeps the privacy on what we're doing at our computer.
Yes, it's a feng shui thing where they say that people who walk from the door cannot see your workspace because it disrupts your energy and flow. So Jess and Daniel actually created like a little art gallery area.
So in this slit, we put a pedestal that we ordered from Taobao, and what it houses is this eco-sphere from Living Aesthetics. I first saw this at John's house, and I told myself I really want one. So I went and I asked them to make one, and I want it in autumn theme. And he really delivered. This whole ecosystem, right, I don't have to care about anything. Every now and then, maybe 2-3 weeks, right, I just top up a little bit of water in it, and that's about it. Inside there's moss balls. They will eat the moss balls, or sometimes when the other shrimps die, they will eat the corpse of the shrimps. And then we have a snail there that eats up all the dirt around the terrarium.
Yes, we call our snail Gary, and we also have a little pregnant shrimp, and we call it Peggy because she's preggy.
Yes, she's heavily pregnant, which to the surprise of the terrarium person, right, they say usually they don't get pregnant that fast unless they are very comfortable. So I guess she's very comfortable and she's very heavily pregnant.
Yeah, she's carrying about 20 babies, so we're gonna have little baby shrimp swimming around.
So if you're interested, right, you can go look for them. And then we will be transiting to the final area, which is our entrance. So over here at the entrance, we have a console table from Gray and Sanders. When it comes to wood slabs, right, they do it better than anybody else that I know. So we chose this because it's very similar to our old house. That's one of the things that we like. So this little memento is given to me by my ex-producer, Vinny.
So cute!
Yeah, very cute. And then this is from John and Pat. They went to where?
I think Italy, is it?
I think Morocco.
They went to Morocco, yeah.
Then they got us this stone.
Yeah, it's from the cave that they went.
They say they bought it, but I suspect they just pick it off the floor.
No! Shout out to John and Pat.
Yes.
We also have this gorgeous art by Pretty Major Homes.
Yes.
I think it just matches the entire color scheme of our house.
And this art piece is called Autumn. Come on! It's made for my house, man. They also have a lot of affordable art in their website, so you can go check them out.
Right beside the entrance table is my favorite cleaning appliance ever, and it's the Dreamy H14 Ultra Vacuum.
This one, right, is when Dira is not around, right, we fight to use the vacuum. It vacuums, it mops, and it pulls you forward, so it's very easy to clean.
And you can like vacuum and mop at the same time, so it really saves you the effort. But what's really unique about this particular vacuum is that it can lie 180 degrees to the floor. So for all those harder to reach areas like under the cabinets and everything, this one can really go in and vacuum and mop. It also has like a self-cleaning mode where you can just clean the mop itself. So all I had to do is just take out a dirty container and pour it out. It's super easy, super good. I would highly recommend this if you want to clean your house.
This has been a lifesaver, time saver. I really like this. On the opposite side of the entrance, we have my favorite area, which is a snack cabinet. If any of my friends come, they actually got a large selection of snacks. Again, this whole carpentry is floor to ceiling. And then we got a Mantomaki cabinet, which have all my pets' product. Their leash, their clothes, their perfume. Their perfume. Oh, that's
My
our
perfume.
That's your perfume. Okay. Here, I also want to show you, right, this is where we keep our DB box. They do this very slim profile DB box that looks very cool. I was not particular about DB box because I know I cannot avoid.
It will be stored anyway, so we didn't think so much about the aesthetic of a DB box.
But they go through the effort to source this very sleek cover for the DB box and then remake the entire DB box. The plastic is still there, by the way. Another detail I want to show you, right in this very tight corner, right, they make a recess for the strip. You see the light that it produces, but you don't see the strip itself. If you really want your house to be as close to perfection as possible, right, you really need to look for them.
Yeah.
So this right actually is a bit like our old house, right, where everything is in this color. But the mistake that I did, right, is making the whole house this color that time. So this gives it a little bit of contrast to the house, and I really liked it. Finally, right, we come to the main door. So for our door lock, we use the Kada's Q9 from Undigital Lock. So when they come and install, right, they tell me a lot of functions like can fingerprint lah, can face ID lah, and they also say got app control. My app is under the Tuya ecosystem, which means that it is compatible with most smart home. However, I don't see the need. I think a door lock, for me, the whole purpose is just to open and close. And also they come with a digital viewfinder where I can see whoever is outside, or if somebody press the doorbell, I can see who it is before I open. And the door lock is also fire rated, which means if the whole house on fire, right, the door can tahan about an hour, right, before we start to burn up. But okay, so what it means to be fire rated, right, is if there's a fire outside, this door can tahan for 1 hour. Condo doors, right, typically you cannot change one. My main door was the wood door and it started to rot. But they don't let us change until we tell them that, look, I can't even close my door anymore. Then they say, okay, you can change, but must look for something very similar.
Yeah.
What we did is we magic wrap inside. So if you see, right, outside is wood, inside is white. So this is made possible if you engage the service of Magic Wrap. Can wrap pretty much anything. Your monitor, your laptop, your aircon, your doors, your window, anything you want. So check them out if you want to wrap something that is otherwise not available in the said color. Obviously, as a big believer of smart home, right, I chose Morgan Singapore, right, because they also emphasize a lot on aesthetics. I can customize the font, I can change the backplate, they have engraving that we can customize. I think it's the only smart home that can do all this. Most other smart home, they focus on the functionality, but essentially, right, there's no difference from other smart home. As you can see from my crystal rotary and the turbulent rotary, right, it's a very unique piece. People always like ask, hey, what is this? What does this do?
And also, I think their service is amazing. Like anytime we have questions about smart home, they will just promptly respond to us and help us make the changes. Although we can do it from the app, but they still go the extra mile to help us.
Correct. So after we are done with the renovation, the next most important thing is cleaning. We engaged the help of Helpling. So Helpling, right, their staff went through 200 hours of 5-star hotel grade training.
There's like a 50-point checklist that they have to follow.
Yes. So they also, right, have been trained in the Marie Kondo style of organizing. They are so detailed, right? Every little paint splatter that is on the floor, on the wall, they will scrape it, they clean every part of it.
And I feel like when we clean, right, it's never as good as when a professional cleans. So it's always good to have like someone come and do like a spring cleaning, a deep cleaning of your house so that your house is hygienic and clean.
So finally, I would like to talk about the journey to getting this home. Okay, it has been a very tough 4 years. We know that I got a divorce, I got a saga, I got a lawsuit. It was a horrible 4 years for me. And my girlfriend have been here for me all along and she saw the ups and downs.
Yeah, I remember like back at the old house when everything was going on, every day, right, I would see him lie on the couch at the balcony just staring into space.
This was the corner that I cried when there was a public saga. That was the corner where I got a public divorce and people was outside taking pictures of me.
So to think back to that point and then where we are now, I think it's really like the rainbow after the storm.
Yeah, a lot of you by now will say, hey, I thought you broke. How come you can buy a house? The truth is, I was really going broke because I have no income for a very, very long time. Although I did have a bit of savings, but it was quickly depleted by the lawsuit. But I managed to really hang by the skin of the teeth, and there's a lot of help from my other clients and benefactors that helped me bounce back. I also want to give a special thanks to all my crew that stayed with me throughout this horrible journey. Every time I appear in Mothership, right, I think they scared the company top, which is something I honestly very scared. So I've been very, very careful, and bouncing back from that situation wasn't a very, very easy journey. And that's why on the first night when we moved here, she cried. I also teared a bit because what I can tell you all is what I can say, but what you didn't see is all the tears, sweat and blood behind it.
And I guess moving forward, we just want to enjoy each day and appreciate everything as best as we can. And yeah, I think it's uphill from here. Thank you for always being here and letting me stay in such a beautiful house. This is the result of years and years of hardship and hard work.
Right. And one thing that keeps me going is sometimes viewers, audience, they send me very nice, long message, very encouraging message that give me the strength to carry on, because haters are a little bit more vocal than supporters. Our supporters are largely silent. Our crew also read all your comments, so every time you encourage them, they get very happy, and we will really work on improving our videos to give you the best content that we can. Enough of our journey. I would like to give the biggest thanks to, of course, Extrusion and 8 Door. They're actually very closely affiliated and partner. So Daniel and Jess from Extrusion, right, they also have extensive knowledge and context of international supplier and local supplier, which means all the exotic weird things that you have seen in a video or what, right, they simply have a contact for it.
Yes, and they love to experiment, like they really keep up to trends. So anything that's new in the market or not even in Singapore, right, they have knowledge of it and they can do it.
If you really want a unique design for your house, right, really go look for them.
Yes.
So if you are interested to work with Extrusion, they are providing a free consultation. You can go down, have a conversation with them and tell them about your dream home and see what they suggest, okay? So if you do end up working with Extrusion, they are also going to give you a Dreamy X40 Pro Ultra Robo Vacuum worth $2,000 over. It's the biggest gift you can have while doing your renovation. So to qualify for this free gift, all you need to do is flash this video or use this promo code when signing a contract with them. And then of course, everything that is featured in my house, I will put everything in a promo deck where you can check out in the description how to buy, where to buy, and what are the deals and promo and discount you can enjoy when purchasing them. Also, let me know in the comments, right, if you want to have more detailed tours about each part of the house. You can let me know. We might do a video for it. So some of you are watching this video because you want to know who is the winner of the Tesla giveaway. Earlier this year, I started this contest, right, where if you use the services of EasyID and HomePay, you will stand a chance to win a brand new Tesla Model 3. As promised, I will reveal who's the winner in this video. So let's cut to the lucky draw. But before I reveal who is the lucky winner, just want to tell you a little bit more about HomePay. So HomePay is the safest way to do your home renovation because it protects homeowners like you from renovation scams as they practice escrow payments. 1,000 plus MAS compliant interior designers are onboarded on HomePay to accept escrow as payment method. And if an ID ceases operation, the funds held in the DBS custodian account can be used to find a replacement vendor at no additional cost to the homeowners. And this policy is called the Home Protect policy. And now, the time has come for us to draw for the lucky winner. And right here beside me, we have Stanley, who is a public accountant who will oversee the entire lucky draw process. But before that, can I ask you a few things? Number one, right? Let's say the lucky draw, heng heng 中到, let's say my stuff. How does that work?
As long as your stuff meets the qualifying condition, it will not be excluded.
Right. But people will say kelong lah.
Yeah, of course. So do you have a policy that your own staff is not eligible for it?
I don't think we have that policy.
Because for us, when we do Grab often, Grab has this internal policy that marketing team and whoever staff are not eligible to be involved in the draw. Yeah, they have a very firm internal policy.
Okay. Number two, what is the biggest lucky draw you have ever given away?
I think we did it for Grab last year at the Grab HQ somewhere at Tampines there. It's another car also, but I can't remember the name of the car.
Oh, did you yourself win any lucky draw?
No, we cannot be.
Oh, you cannot win?
No, we are the winners. We cannot be kelong.
You forever cannot win lucky draw?
No, we cannot.
So you don't participate? Even in your own personal time, you don't participate?
We don't participate. Because we are the winners. That will be a conflict for us if we do
but
participate.
But can buy 40?
Can.
40 total can lah?
Yeah lah.
Got 中 before?
No.
So you can verify that this will be a very, very transparent lucky draw. Okay? There's 1,500 over names here. Okay? We got, because there's a lot. So we go to press it, the winner will be drawn. One of you is going to walk away with a brand new Tesla Model 3. Okay, so we are going to draw the winner. Oh, okay. Wow, kanjong. Somebody's life is going to change today. But you have to pay COE. We never cover COE. Tan Wei Ming. Wow, my name Tan Wei Ming. We're going to give Wei Ming a call and we hope that he don't think I'm a scam number. Wei Ming!
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Okay, I call back. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, is this Tan Wei Ming?
Yes.
Hey, Wei Ming, this is Ryan calling from Easy ID. Sometime back, you actually signed up with Easy ID, is it?
I did.
You did. Congratulations, because you just won yourself a Tesla Model 3. This is everybody rooting for you to win. Okay, congrats. But wait, got one very important thing. Because as we mentioned, right, the car giveaway, we actually will give you the car, but you have to pay for your own COE lah. So are you okay with that?
Because I'm still studying now.
Oh.
So how? You want to talk to your family first?
Yeah.
You need to make a call and let us know ASAP.
Okay.
Can? We are all waiting for you. So you call now, okay?
One eternity later.
What's your decision, boss?
Yes.
You take, You come on, you don't talk us. We wait for you very long already, everybody.
Because it's a big decision for us now.
Yeah, understand.
The car, yeah.
Okay, so after we hang up this call, the admin from Easy ID side will call you and tell you what are the next steps. We might need to shoot a few content and let you know how to collect and all the things and get some details from you. Huh?
Okay.
Can So everything okay? Your family really think it's scam?
Yeah, cause got a lot of things out there is
understandable. We were thinking that it's taking so long because you're trying to convince them also. So congratulations to Tan Wei Ming for winning the Tesla Model 3. Stay tuned when we go collect the car with Wei Ming. And one more thing is next year, we are giving away a brand new Tesla Model Y. So if you are going to do your renovations, be sure to use Easy ID and you stand a chance to win a brand new car. And as always, remember to follow all our socials. Click here for more, click here to what, and cut to the bloopers.
What happened to Chinese hair? Me ah? You got hair ah? Reservist ah? You got hair ah?